Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer. Today we are checking out the new traction control update from the 1.31 GT7 update. We'll hop into PSVR2 to do this testing out. So, they made some updates to the traction control, and what they actually say is it's been adjusted. The amount of intervention when it's set to 1 has been reduced and increased when set to 5. So we're going to test out 5. We're not going to test out 5. I lied. We're going to test out 3 because 5 is like the highest. So we're going to test out 3. I think 3 will used to be the default. So we'll test out 3. We'll test out 1, and then we'll test it out by completely shutting it off. So we'll race the same car. We're gonna race a rear-wheel drive car that I kind of. It's actually the top car I think people use for time trials to get top time at this track. But I kind of struggle with this car. So it'll actually be a good test for me to see, if one of these settings work better. I've been using setting 1 as just regular since the update, but I wouldn't use 3. I think it's going to be a little too strong, and you kind of want a little bit of looser feel on the car. You don't want, it's definitely going to slow you down. And I don't know if 0 is the right answer for that. Removing everything, because then you'll really have to drive a little more cautious, a little more safer. So I don't know if that's really going to make you quicker, unless you're like you're like not me. You're more than casual. I'm just a casual racer here. So I'm testing out if one of the settings, will make me faster or slower. So it's more of a test of, with my driving style, driving the same way with all 3 settings, are we going to see a difference in time? Again, I'm not the fastest with this car. This wouldn't be my car of choice to do a time trial on the track because I'm faster in other cars. But I think this will be a good test using this car because it does have like the top times for this track. So let's hop into PSVR2. Let's go racing, go time trialing, testing out traction control. So let's do this. All right, so we're going to Brands Hatch. It's the F-Type GR4 car. So, we're going to see if our time is different between the 3 settings. Obviously, your time will affect differently and everyone drives differently. If you're used to driving with no traction control at all, then, you could probably be pretty fast. But we'll see how it affects my time. And yeah, I'm interested to see. Like I said, I think keeping it on 1 is pretty good. 3 I think is going to be way too strong, and off. I don't see why you need to keep it off. I mentioned this in one of my past videos. There are real cars, real races that do allow and use traction control in their cars. So it's not something that's like just a game assist that helps you. It's something that's used in real life, real racing. So here goes my settings. So we are starting with traction control 3. ABS I keep on default. That's something that you might use on low or off, but just to let you know, I'm going to keep that on default. Okay, here goes. Now, this car to me feels very big and heavy. It feels like a very big, heavy car. Again, it's rear-wheel drive. So in general, it's going to be a harder car to drive. But let's see what we can do with it. Let's see the time that we can pull. And we'll see if we can see if we can improve or get worse with settings changed up here. Again, we're on 3, so I could probably be a little more aggressive on that throttle without losing the car, without losing that back end. But, is that going to make me faster, or is it going to make me slower? Because, you might just coming out might just slow down the car in general. Now, the car obviously has good grip. I kind of feel it. I haven't felt the car. I don't feel the car, getting lost under me. Yeah, definitely feels pretty, definitely feeling pretty secure to the ground. I don't know if we're going to be able to be, for me, be that aggressive on these turns that I'm able to, just throttle it right out like that. Yeah, definitely. So I have tried this car on a 1, and it's definitely harder to drive than what I'm feeling right now. But right now, that was just kind of a loosen up lap. Let's do one more lap, since that was just like my first lap out in general, a 1:34.2. Let's see if we can just improve that right now. Now that I know how the car feels, and I can try to be a little more aggressive on this lap. And let's see what if we can pull a better lap here. Yeah, definitely, you know, definitely good grip. Definitely feeling great grip on the car. You know, we're obviously beating our Ghost. I could definitely feel like I could still race those turns we already did better than I have. Just feeling how good the car's gripping. So it'll be interesting to check it out on our other settings. You know, we can pretty much floor it coming out of these turns without losing that back end. Obviously not the greatest times, and you know, if I gave it a couple more laps, I definitely feel like I can definitely do better than even what I just pulled right now. But it's just a test. It's just a test to see how the car grips and feels. So a 133.1. Let's change our setting up to. We're gonna do it in a 1, and we'll try to beat a 130. What was it? A 133.1. All right, let's do this. So we're gonna lower traction control down to 1 now, and then I'm gonna try to drive the same. I'm not gonna try to be more careful. I'm gonna try to, you know, gas it coming out of turns. We'll see how the car handles. All right, so I'm gonna try to drive with the same aggressiveness around turns, coming out of corners. We'll see if the back end, if we lose the car, you know, anymore now at level 1. So it should be interesting. And we have our Ghost, so if we beat our Ghost, you know, we'll beat our time. See how we pull out here. All right, still feels like we got some good grip. Car's still kind of grippy. All right, not bad, not bad. Still feels good. I'm not feeling that much of a difference yet, but let's see what happens as we drive a little bit more here. And then it'll be interesting to see, you know, what we're gonna feel like on 0. There we go. So right there, you can see the car, lost the car there. Accelerating, coming out of the turn, trying to be a little aggressive. We're gonna take that over. I'm gonna have to take that corner a little easier. Just try to improve our lap time, but you know, now I can feel the difference on that corner coming out. As you know, coming out of that corner, we're kind of, you know, turning the car a little bit as we're accelerating. So the extra traction control definitely helped on that corner. Another place we got to kind of be careful coming out, accelerating. So maybe we'll drive a little more careful, and just see if, you know, being more careful but having traction control lower can beat our lap time from our last lap on a level 3. All right, see if we can take this turn a little better this time. Trying to keep the car straight. Coming out. Uh-oh, we're losing to our Ghost here. You don't want to do that. Still feels kind of grippy though. Still feels kind of grippy. We're gonna do another lap because I definitely think I can do better than the last lap. But now I just wanted to get more of a feel of the car. But we're still kind of grippy here. We're not losing the car too much, so you know, we'll have to see what it's like on 0 compared to 1. But let's try to beat the last lap at least. You know, we're still able to punch it coming out. I think I lost some time here before, so we'll have to try to make it up a little bit better now. Alright, I think we're running like a tie here. Where we at? Where we at behind us? Alright, we're running better, we're running better. Car still feels good though. Still kind of feel kind of grounded, which is a good thing. And I think we'll be able to, we'll be able to beat our last one here. I think. You know, taking it a little bit easier on these turns. We're still running ahead at least, so you know. Not a huge difference. I am able to punch that car as I'm turning. So there's a lap on 1, a 132.8. So better than a 133.1. So now we are going to hop out and we are going to do the last test of running on a 0. See if I can beat a 132.8 with this car on a 0. And obviously I can improve these times with all levels. I feel like I'm not, you know, I just need to do more laps practice. So, but the test is really just trying to drive at the level that I'm driving this car now at all different settings just to see the difference. You know, if I improve on each one, I can improve on each one, but what I'd improve within the same amount of time is quickness. So, a lot of people do say that, you know, when you shut off traction control, it will make you faster in the end because you don't lose time coming out. They feel like traction control makes you lose acceleration coming out of turns. But again, if you can't drive the car to its true potential, then you know you might have to use traction control, and for you it might make you faster, even though a better driver will be faster with it off. So let's go in here, let's shut this off completely, and let's see what we can pull right now. So I definitely didn't feel a major difference between 3 and 1, where I would say if you're on a 3, don't attempt a 1. The 1 still felt good. Maybe just have to drive it just a little more carefully, but let's see what we can do with a 0 and see if it makes us faster. You know, see if we can catch our ghost even. We might not have started out the best, but maybe we can catch it. Otherwise, we'll pull another lap because I feel like we can always definitely improve. But let's see. Maybe I might struggle with handling the car. But right now, we're obviously racing slower, and I think that was because turn 1, which is my worst turn, was my worst turn again. I am trying to drive, you know, a little. I'm not really trying to floor it like I would with traction control on. A little loss there. You know, I try to floor it just to try to catch up, to do a better lap here. And then we're gonna do another lap, and we're gonna try to beat our last time. See if we can be a little more aggressive now without losing the car. There we go. All right, we got to start punching it. We got to start punching it a little more. Oh, we're losing it. We're losing it. All right, let's try that. Let's try that one more time. Try that one more time. So what I'm really feeling is with the traction control is if you're trying to speed up and correct yourself from like maybe like a bad entrance or trying to get out a little faster, I think traction control on a higher level is going to be a little more forgiving, that you can punch it, where you need to definitely be a little more careful with it off, and not just, you know, rip out of a turn. Make sure you're straightened out. Make sure you're not just punching it really hard, but you're kind of slowly accelerating. All right, let's see if we can beat our time. We're right. Oh, by not shifting isn't helpful. That doesn't help our test right here. All right, this is somewhere we're probably going to feel it coming out. And then let's see what we can do on this turn here. See if we can catch ourselves. See if we can catch ourselves. Definitely got to be a little more careful there. I almost lost the back end. So it's not like a major difference. But again, that's just my driving style. I usually drive it on the more cautious side so I don't lose the car, but let's do one more. Let's do one more. I'm not happy when we don't beat ourselves. We need to beat ourselves. Need to beat ourselves here. Let's see. Oh, I always like to improve. Oh, I lost the shift there. Shifted a little late. Shifting again. I was looking back at my ghost. All right, let's do this. I think we can beat our time though. We're close enough. Still able to keep the car pretty grounded. I'm not flooring it coming out right now. I'm kind of just easing the acceleration. And we pulled away right there really nicely. Just easing into the acceleration again. You know, we're actually pretty far ahead from our last lap here. Again, easing into the acceleration. I shifted a little quick there, but still going to be able to pull a better lap time than before, a 1:32.1. So there it is. So let me wrap this up for you. This is actually puts me in a, I don't know, this is kind of confusing now. On a three setting on traction control, I was able to just punch it coming out. You know, and I can probably do some more laps and probably improve my time I did on that lap. But I think there's only probably a certain level of fastness you can achieve with traction control on. Accelerating out of corners. Putting it on a 1, still felt a little grounded. You know, I was able to improve my time. Obviously, I kept practicing on that. I think I'd improve my time more. And then shutting it off completely, I didn't feel like I was completely losing the car. I was just handling coming out of turns a little differently. I was definitely easing into the acceleration. When I had traction control 3, I kind of just floored it coming out, and you would just need to wait for the car to just get out. But you didn't lose the car. You weren't going to lose the back end. At 1, doing that, you kind of, depending on how you were coming out of a turn, you need to be a little more careful on how you came out of turn. If you're going to floor it, make sure your car is straight. Make sure you're in a good gear to switch up. And then on 0. I definitely felt like I could lose the car. So I was driving it a little bit differently, more accelerating out of a turn than flooring it. but I was able to control the car pretty good. And I think that might be the best way. You know, I think maybe a time trial, if I'm trying to pull the best lap and I can handle the car out of 0, I might do a time trial onto that, and then maybe put a 1 on in a race just for that extra stability, where you're looking for more consistency and you're not really, you know, trying to do your fastest laps necessarily. You want to drive consistent and safe with other cars around you, so you don't want to be wobbling around the track. So that's just my feeling, just on this quick test. Obviously, this isn't no science on this, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to test it out. If you guys let me know how you feel about traction control, the settings you're using, if you guys have done any testing like this with lap times, leave it down in the comments. And you know, I read all your comments, guys. Love all those comments you guys leave. You guys are awesome, amazing. You know, so if you guys want to thumb up the video, that would be really cool. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more awesome racing videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. We out of here. Peace.